I was just sitting here, thinking back when I was a kid. My mother taught me how to be gracious, and she taught me all of my manners. She taught me to say please when I wanted something, and thank you when I got it. Thanks, Mom. But there's one thing I never really learned to say when I was a kid. 3 simple words that would have held me from being over 200 pounds as a teenager, when I should have learned to say, as a child, was, no thank you. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? But think about it for a minute. Being able to say no thank you puts you back into control of your life. It means that you know when you had enough, and you're making the decision to stop. So you are in the driver's seat. But you're faced with all kinds of situations every day when saying no thank you is really tough. Here's an example. Think about what happens when you're at a family get-together, when they're passing the food around to feed, that's enough food to feed an army. Everyone says, eat, eat, and all looks so good and smells so wonderful, and everyone is piling heaps of food on their plate, and they come around, the food comes around for seconds, and you watch everyone eat more, and you think, well, why not? Why shouldn't I just keep eating more too? But that's when you have to get up enough nerve and courage to say, no thank you, stand up and walk away from the table if you have to. People will understand. If they don't, well, don't worry about it. You have to remain strong and committed to your goals. That's what's really important. How about we go to the movies? You get all settled in your chair before the movie starts, all nice and comfy, and somebody jumps up and says, hey, you want popcorn? Candy and a soda? Well, what do you do then? You got to say, no thank you. Hey, ever go on to those potluck dinners where there's 97 million different kinds of food? You just have to taste every single one? Well, instead of piling your plate up so high that you need to get a building permit for it, take a small portion of the food, put it on your plate, and then go away. You don't need to have it all. How about the baby showers and the wedding showers? Oh, they're so much fun. Lots of goodies are passed around at those. It's easy to pick away at the snacks while they're opening the presents. And the more presents there are, the more I'm going to pick. So here's my suggestion. Never having been to one of these before, I think you should stay long enough to be polite, have a little something, you're hungry, and quietly slip out for anyone notices. And finally, what do you do at the weddings? Please. Oh, no. This is a tough one. If it's a sit-down dinner, you can portion out what's on your plate. You don't have to eat everything what's on your plate. Now, if it's a buffet, I say stay away! Just kidding. When you're in a buffet line, remember that it's not a free-for-all. When they ask you if you want the carved roast beef or carved turkey breast, take the turkey and say no thank you to the rest. And it's easy for me to say no thank you to a lot of food. Like people say, would you like some escargot? Those are snails. No, thank you. Would you like a little tofu quiche? No, thank you. I'm sure you can remember a few things you could offer and didn't hesitate to say no thank you to. So when you get to some difficult situations, like the ones we talked about, it's going to take courage to say no thank you. When people offer you food, and you know you had enough to eat, don't feel embarrassed about saying no. Remember, you're in control. So if you were at a bunch of your Italian friends, and they ask you if you want more to eat, say, no, grazie. You'll probably fret the heck out of them. If you're in France and they say, do you want some from Fritz? Say, no, merci. Hey, because you learned how to say no thank you. In the end, what you can really say to yourself is thank you, because you said no to all those other things. Now you can say to yourself, thank you for staying in control.